Hello and welcome to the Pointless Point of View. My name is Callum Taylor and I'm joined by Fraser Doig today.
Sam.
Today our show is going to be our best and worst of games. As you remember from the first episode, we did best and worst movies, so we're just doing that again with the games. But we're going to start off today with some news, some random news for people, just to hopefully it helps someone.
This is all information on me, so.
Right, this one you know.
Okay.
It's been released that Wonder Woman is set in 1984. They've released pictures in her suit, you know, it looks really nice, it's all colourful. But they've also, which they should have kept a secret, but they've released it, Steve Trevor, aka Chris Pine, is back.
Yes, which is stupid on so many levels. I don't
I
understand.
He doesn't look older, he just looks like he's in a tracksuit, walking down a mall. So, like, the thing, is it going to be that's the same guy, or is it going to be like, I'm Steve Trevor's grandson?
I don't know, I'm alright with him being in it, it's more they should have kept it under wraps, or tried to at least. Again, it's hard nowadays, but just didn't be plaster him everywhere.
There's a picture of just in a mall, but there's also a picture of him and Gal Gadot's character Wonder Woman, like standing on a balcony together, which looks just like these things. I don't mind spoilers, you know me, but I feel like it's going to end up ruining the movie if they keep.
I mean, at least they're keeping the villain under wraps.
Yeah, I still feel like Dr. Fate's got to be in it.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Also, sorry, there's been a picture put out where Wonder Woman is seen sitting in the air. So people are believing that the invisible jet is getting put.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, this one's more Xbox news, but it's going to annoy some PlayStation people.
Mm-hmm.
People we know anyway. That the Xbox has a timed exclusive for the beta for Fallout 76.
Yes, if you pre-order, I noticed that if you pre-order it on Xbox, you get the beta, but there's nothing on PlayStation, which kind of makes sense because they had a trailer for it at E3 on the Xbox conference, and PlayStation had nothing, so it makes sense. But if you are a PlayStation owner, it is kind of annoying, and I don't see why companies are like, give this exclusive, just let everybody just play the game.
Love is love, bro.
Just let everybody play the game.
Also, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, remember he's doing the origins.
Yeah, because we're getting 40 different Jokers.
Yeah, who knows? They're looking to add Robert De Niro in a main role, which I feel is going to end up is going to be the Joker's dad.
Think so?
I think so. I feel like they're going to go down that route of actually showing us where he's from. I think.
What if he plays a mob boss?
Also, would be amazing. But I feel like
it won't be Falcone because it's set it's a different time.
It could be Falcone.
Could be, but what if he's a mob boss?
That's really good. I would like that. And also, there's a lot. I think the last bit of news, and as a comic book movie fan, I think this is awesome. Fox has reportedly accepted Disney's new offer of $71.3 billion in cash and
just a wee bit, not that much. Just chump change.
Just to acquire the rights to, I think it's all of their entertainment, but mostly for us it's X-Men.
It's good that it's going through, and we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah.
I've only got one more bit to add.
Oh yeah.
Because we have to kind of talk about it. It was the Creed 2 trailer got released yesterday.
Oh yes, it did. Showed absolutely nothing.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to see it in. Yeah. Obviously, spoiler alert, if you don't know who the bad guy is this, but it's Drago's son.
Yeah.
Which is obviously from Rocky 3.
Yeah.
So
I really hope it's not.
Rocky 4.
Oh.
Sorry.
I really hope it's not Ivan Drago Jr. That's
I don't know what it'll be, but that's the perfect counter for that kind of thing. Because the trailer makes it look like he doesn't want to box anymore, and then Drago's son's basically going to antagonise him.
What annoys me about that film is because the first one was awesome, but it wasn't directed by Sylvester Stallone.
No.
It was Ryan Coogler who done Black Panther. Mm-hmm. But Ryan Coogler is not going back to it, and it's Sylvester Stallone's taken over. So I'm really hoping that we didn't lose what made the first one really good.
True. Well, that's only a bit news we got the now.
That's news finished, so we're going to get on with our best games.
We'll start best, go to worst. So what we did last time.
Yeah.
So
we'll leave the honourable mentions till the end, or do them first?
Nah, better get the honourable mentions first.
Right, I'll get. How many you got?
Well, I've got Better Than You, I think.
Yeah,
So-
probably. I'll
So you
I'll
can
go
get your
first.
honourable mentions at the
You'll know this one
Okay.
because me and you played it. Kane and Lynch. It's my first honourable mention.
That's good. That was a good multiplayer game, man.
Fucking loved that game. Just awesome.
Okay.
Then there is Fallout 4.
Okay.
Obviously, because this one you introduced me to. It's the first Fallout game I played. PUBG, just because I
As an
love,
honourable mention.
as an honourable mention. I love PUBG, man. I
Uh-huh.
love PUBG.
Okay.
And the last one is The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
Yeah,
Okay.
honestly, that besides the beginning with the wee girl, brings me to tears, but still.
I've got some honourable mentions here. So first of all, Splinter Cell Double Agent. It's my favourite Splinter Cell. We've got Mirror's Edge, God of War,
Yeah.
The Wolf Among Us from Telltale,
Ooh, what we get to?
GTA Vice City, Batman Arkham Asylum, Horizon Zero Dawn, Dying Light.
Horizon Zero Dawn's not even in your top
It's
five.
not my top
Oh
five.
shit! You're not as cliche as me then.
Dying Light, Fable 2, and yeah, that's it. That's it from honourable mentions.
Oh my god, I've not even
And
got
God of War. Sorry, I didn't know if I said that one.
say it twice.
Oh well.
Yeah.
It is a good game, but it's not in my top.
That's awkward. Anyway, you want to go first with 5?
You all go for number
Go
5.
One? Nah, go 5.
For the fifth.
Fifth.
So I'm cheating a bit.
Oh fuck, here we go.
So if you remember in my best and worst, like especially my best movies, my number 5 was a double pick.
Yep, I do. I remember.
Well, there's at least 3 double picks this time. I could not narrow it down. It's
so
it's
greedy.
really hard. I know
So
I'm greedy.
greedy.
So technically, it's not my top 5, but
So
you know,
top
I
eight.
can't narrow it down. I can't. It was really
Okay.
hard. So my first one is a double entry, and I kind of get away with this because they're kind of not the same games, but they're kind of like classed in that category,
Yeah.
and that is Journey from 2012 and Firewatch from 2016.
Oh, those walking simulators.
Technically, yes, you could call them walking simulators, especially with Firewatch, because you do just walk around. Journey isn't so much that. There
This is
is.
Johnny the guy with a cape and a sand.
Yes,
Walking-
you just float on sand with. They're so good. They're like. First of all, they're amazing to look at, especially Journey. Like, Journey is beautiful on
Yeah.
so many levels. The soundtrack is incredible. There's just so many bits in it where you just don't want to continue the game, you just want to look at it.
Yeah.
And again, that's really stupid sounding from a game perspective, but looking at like some visuals in games, especially nowadays, like are just absolutely beautiful. And that was 2012.
Yeah.
And I mean, Firewatch it's just, I don't know, it was just a way to relax. It was weird. There's like, there was still a story aspect where you were a guy who's had like a shit life and he takes a job as like a person who looks after like a grounds in the middle of not a jungle, a forest. And the only communication you had was somebody on like a big tower and a walkie-talkie, and you just had certain things to do, or you could just go wander in and there was no mini-map. The only way to actually get around was look at an actual map.
Wow.
Yeah, I loved it.
I can see where
was-
CT's got that idea.
It was just fun. It was just relaxing. There was nothing tried to kill you. There was no other players. There was no assholes. It was just you and you just enjoying the game and relaxing. And that's why I have a soft spot for walking simulators. So I had to at least put my 2 favourite ones on the list.
Right.
So that's my number 5.
I feel like people are going to pick up on this, that you have a slight hatred for PvP games.
Not necessarily, because spoiler alert, there's a PvP game on my list.
Shocking. Right, my 5th one, and it's weird, right? This is the game that made me go, oh, games are more than just driving cars and shooting people.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and you remember this from 2010's Alan Wake.
Alan Wake.
Yeah.
As in, is that
You play as a novelist.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to uncover the mystery behind his wife's disappearance during vacation in a small fictional town in Bright Falls, Washington. And while he's there, his experience events from the plots in his latest novel, which he can't remember even writing, just coming to life. Remember, you're walking through the dark forest and you've got your torch.
Your only weapon is the torch, basically, because all the creatures are made of darkness or something like that.
Oh,
tense, very tense game.
Oh mate, I fucking shat myself half the time playing that. But it's the way that game played that made me go, okay, games like this is more than just stupidity. You know what I mean? It's actually a game like artistically went, that's fucking beautiful.
It's kind of Silent Hill-ish.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Silent Hill.
Which is weird because they're not like, obviously they're completely different games, but it's that sort of always having you on edge. You didn't care what's around the corner.
It's
to do with all the mind and psychological stuff.
I love that, and it reminds me. I can't remember the name of the game, but I remember you playing it a lot with my brother, and the mannequins would move. Condemned. Great game.
First person, more brutal combat, but it's kind of like it is like that kind of tense, claustrophobic, like which. Speaking of claustrophobic tense, there's a game on my list, but like I'll not spoil it. That is kind of the same sort of aspect.
Alright, but yeah, that's my fifth one, and I love that game. It's just made me
great. Oh, it's a great game. I've completely forgot about it. It could use a new one. It could use a new one.
Could use a remake of sorts, or even a remastered.
Could, I agree.
What's your
fourth? We're on again. Number 4 is a double.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Again, I can't help it. I can't narrow it down. So my first number 4 is from 2010, and it's Mafia 2. I played Mafia 1, and that was for the PS2, and it was a really good game.
Yeah.
It's really slow loading. Didn't run that great, but the story drew you in. Like you played as a taxi driver and you got pulled into the mob. But the second one, you basically play as like an Italian immigrant, Vito, and he comes back from the war, and he basically just slowly works his way into becomes friends with people who he was before he went away, and he was in the mob, and then you slowly just become a made man, and it just escalates from like being at the top to then down at the bottom to then be back at the top, then shit hits the fan and everything just goes to fucking shit. And it is a great game. It's got a great story. It's got great missions. It's got ties to the first one in ways you would never have thought it had ties in the first one. It was like, so obviously like nobody's going to go back and play the first one now. It's for the PS2. But basically the guy you play in the first one, you work for the mob over time.
Yeah.
And basically things don't work out, and you basically grass them in and become a snitch.
Ah.
And at the very end of the game, it skips past like you're an old man doing your gardening.
Yeah.
And 2 guys come up at the end of the first game and say, "This is for the mob boss who you were working for in the first game," and shoot you. And that's like, so it's basically showing like the mob always wins.
Yeah.
So when you play the second one, and it's got nothing to connect to the first one at all, you're just playing through it, and the 2 guys, one of the guys you play as and his best friend go into a drug business, and it goes to absolute shit, and you have to go back to your boss and be like, "Look, we were doing this on the side, it didn't work out," and he goes, "Right, you've got to fucking work your ass to get back, or you got to do this one favour for me, and it's dodgy, but you got to go do a hit." So you get in your car, and obviously you're driving to this hit, and you're just driving along this neighbourhood, and I was like, "Oh cool, you're getting like this is cool," right? And then it cuts to a cutscene, and you play as the two guys who killed the guy from the very first game. That's the mission. Yeah. You kill that guy on the lawn because you say the same thing and then drive away. So it's like it's a tiny little connection to the first one, and I thought that's such a great way to do it.
They need to add this type of thing into other games. They do. There's some that have come out where there's one little slight bit, but they need to add it into a point where you see something in the first game and you literally just add it into another game. I would love that. Instead, it's like you see, like most movies, they'll have a big connection. Like, oh my god, that's what the first one. Give us small,
tiny little subtle connections. And then moving on to BioShock Infinite. Well, I love the BioShock series. I think they're great. They're
what one's Infinite?
So Infinite is the one with the floating city.
Ah, right.
So there's obviously the first BioShock in Rapture. The second one is also in Rapture, and then the third one they changed it to Columbia, where you play as Booker DeWitt, who's voiced by Troy Baker, genius of a man. And you go up to the flying city and you've got to rescue the girl to pay off the debt. And it's just classic BioShock where you get the plasma and then all the different weird powers and all the cool combat, and you got to fight like their versions of Big Daddies, which is guys in mech suit and then a big bird. And then as per Bioshock, it just goes from like normal to insane to then holy fuck, like this just blew my mind. I definitely won't spoil it because there's a remaster of Bioshock, and if you've never played any of those games, I recommend getting the remaster of all three.
Would you play it? Is the third one set before the first two, or is it?
The third one is a completely separate story. The second one is it is technically a sequel, but not a sequel. It kind of connects to the first one because it's in the same place. Yeah. But the third one is a completely brand new story. So you could go into the third one first, like it wouldn't bother at all. You would still get it.
It'd just be graphically.
The remaster made them all look graphically better. If you played on the 360, yes. But you don't have to start with the first one. But out of all three of them, my favourite personal is Infinite, especially where you get this grappling hook, and like because it's in the sky, they use like trams to transport each other on rails, and you get this like hook where you can ride the rails. Just jumping from bit to bit, shooting guys, using like your ice plasma and that. Great game. Yeah. So yeah, again, I'm cheating there with 2 entries.
I'm sure it's on sale on the Xbox listeners anyway. I think it's on sale.
I recommend it. But yeah, that's my second cheat, and there's one more cheat to go, but that's my number 4.
My number 4 is Infamous from 2009. The first one.
First one.
Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that the ones that came after are better, but Infamous for me is one of those games that it changed. I never felt like another game. You know what I mean? I never looked at it going, playing this makes me feel like something else, and you know what I mean? I love the story of it, whereas you play as Cole McGrath, he's a bite messenger, and he gets caught in the middle of the centre, and a big explosion gets obviously explodes. And you end up with powers and
electric powers, right?
Yeah, I think it's just electric powers you get in the first one.
Yeah.
And obviously the whole city's cordoned off. And like it added a karma system where I felt like it actually felt real. You know what I mean? Like some games are like, oh, we're doing this and it affects it, but this one actually showed.
The best thing about the karma system in the Infamous games is like a lot of games have choice things where you choose the bad thing and like different things work out in the story, like okay, cool. But the best thing about Infamous is that certain powers are locked if you go the good guy.
Yeah.
And certain powers are locked if you go the bad guy. You can't get every single power. So there's like some really cool powers where you're like, oh, that looks amazing, but you can't get it unless you're a bad guy.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about it, is they lock off certain things where if you choose to be a bad guy or a good guy, your play style is completely different. Where in most games, if you're a good guy or a bad guy, your play style is just the same.
Yeah.
You're just a dick.
Yeah. So. And I like the fact that you're just walking down the street as you're just walking down the street and like people are like, oh my god, boo, or they'll run away for you, and
depending on what you choose. Yeah.
And you also sometimes get spray paint where it's like hero. I can't remember, is that the first one?
Third one was more spray paint.
Yeah,
the Infamous.
But anyway, yeah. But it's I just loved the violence there, the abilities of it. I like the fact that the minute this explosion happened, it just seemed like the whole place called Empire City just literally went up and up. Came what half as our dickheads were going to run around and we're going to attack people, and
it's a bit realistic when you think about it.
Yeah, you cordon people off, they're going to start attacking, and the place is going to get overwhelmed. I feel like that's one of those games it's one of those games where I was just, well, this is fucking amazing. I want to play it, I want to keep playing it, and I've literally bought every game since. And I just think it's one of those ones that's up there. It's going to be one of my best.
Good.
Okay, what's your number 3?
Number 3 for me, it's a single entry, so nothing to moan about here, and it is the one where I said where I don't like PvP on certain levels, but this is my one. This is my one PvP. Can't know exactly what it is, and it's Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch. Yeah. Anyway, sorry for the small celebration for me there, people, if you didn't notice. But Fraser is I don't know what it's called, but what is it? No lifer.
No, I'm not a no-lifer because,
No lifer.
look, I am a high level in Overwatch. 517 to be exactly, or something like that, which again is nothing to be proud of. But there is just something about that game where, and I have lost my temper with that game. I have been the angriest I've ever been at a game.
How many holes have you put in stuff, Fraser?
I've punched things in my past, but that's not because of that. That is definitely like, it has probably made me the angriest I've ever been. I can never seem to put it down. No. It's so addictive. The all the different characters you can play, all the different the heroes, all the different play styles. Like, if you can play like a first person shooter, like Call of Duty for example, or Battlefield, like you can change your guns about, right? And you can use different ones, and you could play as in Battlefield like a medic or like someone who snipes and stuff like that. And I get it, like that's a different play style. But with Overwatch is a kind of game where you pick a hero to begin with, and then if you want to switch halfway through, it's a completely different play style. Like I'll take for example, one person out of each category. There's tanks, there's damage, and supports. So we'll go for Callum's person who he plays a lot, which is Reinhardt, which is a giant German man in a mech suit with a hammer and a shield. Right, so his abilities are like, he can charge at you, he can chuck flames from the bottom of his hammer, he can put up a big shield for everybody, and he can swing his hammer about. So that's a tank that takes a lot of damage, right? Say you're getting minced and you realise that your team, because it's all about playing together, so your team needs someone who needs to do a lot of damage. So you're like, okay, cool, I'll switch to Junkrat, right? So you're then going from a melee character who's all about protection, who then going to like a crazy Australian man with a grenade launcher who can chuck mines and lay traps.
Yeah.
Like, it's completely different. And then if you say things are getting worse and you're like, oh shit, we need a fucking healer. So then you come off Junkrat and you choose to play as, I don't know, say Lucio, right? Lucio is a Brazilian man who has a sound weapon as a gun, who can give people healing, speed boost, run on walls, and boot people off maps. Like, it's completely different to anything else. That's what makes it, like, see if you just played the same person over and over again, I would never be the level I am. I would have lost my temper. But there's just something about coming on and just playing the different people, and see when you do bad stuff and you lose your temper, it sucks. You're really angry. But see when you do something amazing, or something works out, or you get like play of the game, which is something like the person who got like the best thing of the game gets to show up for everybody else.
We're a bit undecided if that's balanced, that, remember?
Yeah, but like getting something like that makes you feel so accomplished. Like getting several kills in a row or winning makes you feel great. And I can be hypocritical about it, but I really do like Overwatch. And
who's your new main now?
I switch about all the time.
No. Who's your real new main, Fraser?
What, Hanzo? Hanzo's a man with a bow and arrow, and that's just cool in itself.
I like the fact that the game goes into serious detail where it goes, oh, you got this many kills, but it gives you like a badge of if you've beat, and it gives you like an average. Mm-hmm. So you go, oh, I did 23 kills, I need to beat I'm never going to beat 23 kills, I'm never going to beat 23 kills. And I think it was up to your highest now is what, 20?
30, I think it's 30.
30 is Hanzo. And I just like the fact that it gives you that little bit of
incentive.
Incentive to keep you going and keep you trying. And yeah, I'm a Reinhardt main, and I'm okay with that. I'm pretty much defense, and I'm happy with that.
One of the best things about it is that they just keep adding new stuff. Yeah. There's events all the time. They add new skins, they add new modes, they add new characters. Like they do, it's Blizzard. It's Blizzard.
Yeah, it's Blizzard. Obviously, they've got the money. I feel like it's a game you can look at and go, "This isn't going anywhere."
Oh God,
no! This is what we're getting for a while. And look at the money they're making from esports. Look at the teams they've got.
It's fun. It's such a great game. I love it, and that's why it's my number 3. I'll let you move on because I rattled on for almost.
That's fine. It's fine. You've got a passion, but you're about to rattle on as well for mine, because we've both got a PvP as number 3.
Okay, so what's yours?
Titanfall 2.
Oh, Titanfall 2.
From 2016, right?
Oh,
I've never played the story. I started it,
I have.
and you've always told me that I should play it, I should play it, I should play it, I should play it, and I'll do it at some point. But as people who've just started, we've just picked up Call of Duty, right?
It was free. Call of Duty
Yeah,
Black Ops 3. It was free.
The only reason we'd get
It was free.
And like we played that, and it's so slow, and then we just went, okay, let's get off this, go back into Titanfall 2, and you've got the run in, the jump in, the wall runs. Each you get 5 different characters. You've got your hook, you've got your scanner, your invisible guy, your running guy, and your multiple man guy. Who's
The hollow guy, the shield guy, the invisible guy.
Oh, shield, fucking hell.
There's a few.
Yeah. There's an option.
Because we only kind of use 2 guys, really. So
yeah. We're not that good at other ones, so we just stick with 2.
There's a pulse guy, there's a grapple guy.
Yeah.
That's really my bag, and that's probably the same
Pulse and hook. Pulse and hook, that's me. But like, we've been in that game, and there's times where we've been beaten, and we only had like 5 kills, and we're like, oh, that's shit, but we're never angry.
Oh,
We're
it's
never
such
angry.
a good game.
And then we go on, and someone jumps on and gets 20 odd kills in the first game, gets top 3 again. No talk about anyone in general, arse.
Some people are just good at certain games. I'm not saying I'm like the best.
But it's even like you've got 5-6 mechs that you can Titans that you can jump in, and don't get me wrong, the game is going down in the sense of people playing it because we're only getting one mode.
No, especially on Xbox, what we've got it on, it just seems to be a team deathmatch, which again,
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Killing each other, it's the thing, that's completely fine. And I love one of the best feelings on that game is you're running down a hallway and you slide and someone's running and you shoot them and you kill them. That's one of the best feelings. One of the worst feelings is running down a corridor, sliding and someone punching you to death.
Oh yeah, in Titanfall melee attacks are like 1 hit. So if you collide with someone and you both of you are swinging and missing and one of the best things about it too, right, is I've spoken to friends about this and they don't like it. I like it. Is there's AI characters running about too, so you get little grunts and spectres
and Reaper.
So it's like the winner in their team deathmatch is who gets 650 kills, and like pilots count for more kills, Titans count for more kills, but you get like little AI characters running about.
Build up your points. They build up points for you, so
it makes it feel like an actual battle. So see, like if you're playing Call of Duty or like, imagine playing Battlefield, like 1. Yeah. And as much as there are all these like people running about, imagine you got like little army guys too that counted for like 10 points. They don't count for much, but it just makes it feel realistic, and it kind of, see if you're getting absolutely minced, like flung about like an empty tracksuit, right? And then you just kill a few AI guys. You're like, I feel kind of satisfying.
And like I never got killed with a handgun. I'm not rattling on you, never. But see if I'm running under a building or running around a corner, I see like 5 guns, I whip out my handgun and just blast them.
See, I punch them, it makes them feel
like... Do you punch them?
Yeah, I just punch them.
I blast them with my gun.
Because
it's a rapid fire.
It's just, it is a really good game, and I would say it's definitely underrated. It was bad because it came out at a time where all the other shooters and it kind of just got forgotten about, but see if they ever announce a 3, I'm right there. And I'll never get rid of it. I'm worried
about the company Respawn who made it, because they've just been bought over by EA and then now
they're working on the Star Wars game.
So there's no worry that EA is just going to eat them up and spit them out. But that's my third. What's your second for us today? What is this another double, Fraser?
This is another double.
Hit us with another double, Fraser.
This is the last double. So one of them is 2003. One of them is 2013. So the one from 2003 is near and dear to my heart. I kind of wanted a new one to be announced at E3, rumours, but it never happened. Is Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
Oh yeah, wow.
I love Prince of Persia. I've liked all of them. Even the cartoony one that everybody seemed to hate, I liked.
Yeah, I hated that one.
But the first one, the very first one that they brought out, The Sands of Time, it was great. It was like, you obviously fought the sand creatures, but the best thing they ever put in it, and like I would say it was probably the first ones to ever do it, is the basically if you fuck up, you can just rewind time. And basically do it, and it got put into the game, and it became like a mechanic, and just just the story's really great in that, and you just move from bit to bit fighting all the sand creatures, and like, yes, the other games got more and more insane over time, and they've got like better quality, but you got to just take it back to the one that, obviously, it wasn't the very first Prince of Persia, that was like an arcade game, but like the first like 3D, not 3D rendered one, but the first, not on an arcade thing, basically. It was like you see the whole character round. And I mean, that, and it just something I played young, and I just was like, what's this? And I played some of it, and then I was like, I can't put this down.
So how do you feel about the Jake Gyllenhaal movie about it?
I went to the cinema, I was really happy about the Jake Gyllenhaal movie, but it just, I mean, apart from putting the stuff about the blade, it just wasn't Prince of Persia.
No.
But
dude was massive in that.
Oh, he looked built.
He was massive, and the character was never massive, so
no. And the other one I have from 2013, where we were talking about claustrophobic, Alan Wake, especially if you love claustrophobic, is Dead Space.
You're gonna hate me.
Huh? If you've never played Dead Space, honestly,
life,
that's fair. That's fair. Like some people have, some people haven't.
It makes them hate me on the night, like.
But Dead Space is great. Dead Space is amazing. You play as Isaac Clarke, who turns up to find his ex-missus on like a ship, and basically everything is going to fuck. They found this like artifact that basically is to do with like the hell, and it turns everybody into like necromorphs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just you on the ship. Everybody else is like dead basically, and you're going along these tight corridors, and the only way you can harm the necromorphs is by shooting off their limbs. Like, so you get this like plasma cutter, so shooting them in the head does nothing at all. The whole point is to cut off their legs, cut off their arms.
It's a bit different from other games.
So like that's how you damage them. You can't kill them any other way. And there's such claustrophobic bits where like the whole story in itself, where you're trying to find out what the fuck's going on, where's my ex-missus, and there's just so many bits. Like obviously I've played it several times, but so by the very first time on Necrom, because they like go around the vents. The very first time it jumped out at me in an event, I fucking shat myself. Like, you're just walking on this tight, narrow corridor, and you just see like this guy who's been taken over by whatever it is. He's sitting slamming his head on the wall, just like this, like that. And then you're like, what? You've obviously paid attention to him. You're like, what the fuck is he doing? And then right out of event, this fucking necromorph comes out, fucking shat myself. You just go back and forth on the ship, and there's a bit where you have to go to the medicine bay.
Yeah.
And all the lights are out. Like, it's darkness, and the only light you've got is the one from like your engineer mask and your plasma, and you're going around here like shitting yourself, like wanting to see if anything jumps out. And then you get bits in zero gravity where you can like float about in space and shoot things and that. It's such a good game. Later on, they got like quite action heavy, like Resident Evil, where they focused more on the action instead of the sort of claustrophobic horror. So that's why I have to put the very first one. Definitely, I recommend playing it. It's got so many innovative things that you wouldn't think. Like, it's got your health on the back of his suit in bars, so it's no HUD.
Yeah. It's
got ammo on your gun, so that's how you know there's no like ammo at the bottom of the screen or anything like that. Everything's on him.
Wow. And
it's such a great game. And if they ever did a 4 and brought it back, fucking sign me up. So that's my 2. Again, cheating for 2.
That's it. They were 2.
No, number 1 is a single. Number 1 is a single.
That's good. My second is from 2015, and I know you personally haven't played this one. It is The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt. I've
never played any of The Witchers.
Yeah, that's.
I started them, but then something else came out and I stopped.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But obviously, The Witcher 3 is just you play as Geralt. He's a monster hunter trained since childhood. He's got his combat tracking, magic. But he is the concept of this one's brilliant. Obviously, that you get the big cinematic bit at the start where you're looking for Yennefer, who's his love interest, because he's having visions of the Frost. I can't remember what they're fucking called. Oh my god, that is the worst The Wild Hunt. It's literally in the name. It's literally in the name of the fucking game.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm having one of those off days today. People just stick with me. But he's having visions of the Wild Hunt, and it starts off the cinematic moment, and he's looking for Yennefer because he wants to find Ciri, who has been travelling between worlds, and it seems it's one of those open world games, but it's so lived in. Like you barely go 5 minutes without seeing someone. So like say you get some games where you're walking about and it's just like, oh, okay, there's nothing here. This game is so beautiful, it's so open, and then you add in. I remember the first time I was playing it, I was walking on rope, sitting at a beach waiting on Roach coming to me, and Roach glitched into a boat. Like there was a half broken boat, and Roach went, and I'm standing there watching, and there's the horse like, what the hell is going on? And out of nowhere a sea creature jumps up and just starts gnawing on me, and I had no idea because I was such a noob when I played this game, and I was like, what's the magic, what do I do? And I remember just messaging Ryan, what did I do, what's this, what's happening, what's going on? And it's so beautiful. Like you're walking, you're looking, the whole premise of the game is you're looking for Ciri, you're looking for Yennefer to help, and you go and you end up meeting Triss Merigold.
Do you have to play 1 and 2 to play 3?
No, because I didn't play 1 and 2.
And you still understood everything? What was
yeah, you still, they give you the whole premise for the beginning with the story.
You're also kind of forgetting, not forgetting, but one of the best things they ever did, and again, I've not played the game, but I know about it because you've got it and our pal Ryan's got it, is that they brought out a DLC for it, which was like one of the biggest DLCs ever.
Yeah, which I still haven't played.
Blood and Wine, it was called, the vampires.
Yeah.
Which I'm really surprised.
Yeah, because I'm really quite gay for vampires, to be honest with you. But it's just I love. It's another one of those games where I was like, this isn't really for me, because it was the whole Fallout Witcher thing. I remember the discussion, me, you, and Ryan, which is better, and
they're not really the kind of same games, but I just,
as much as I love Fallout, and I can repeatedly go back to Fallout, I love The Witcher 3 more. I know.
It hurts me.
I know,
it hurts me a little bit.
I'm so sorry. I know it hurts you deep.
I'll never forget that.
Dick. But yeah, if anyone who hasn't played The Witcher 3, if you like magic, you like hunting, you like killing arsehole cunts who look like knights, they're total English, you're a freak, you monster, and all this stuff. And you just want to either punch them with your fist, you want to stab them with your swords, you want to throw some magic at them. This is the type of game you should play. Honestly.
Like Gwent.
Fuck Gwent. I swear to God. Fuck Gwent. I hate it. I hate anyone that plays it because it's stupid. I remember.
We don't hate anybody that plays it.
No.
If you want to play Gwent, that's your opinion.
You're a bad person.
No.
You're a bad person.
No, you can't say that.
Gwent is awful. It's one of the worst.
Nobody's a bad person. Everybody's nice.
Love is love. No, my brother plays it, and I hate him. So he constantly, I'm playing Gwent tonight. I went, you're a dick.
We should just
move on. Sorry,
move on, because if we keep talking to Gwent, you'll get aggressive.
It's so bad.
Right. Okay. So my number one, because we're moving on from Gwent, is I don't even know why you're even going to be surprised by this. There's no point even being surprised. My number one is Fallout New Vegas.
Oh my God!
It was going to be nothing else. It was going to be nothing else.
Anyone who knows Fraser knows that he has a serious nerd on for Fallout, any Fallout, but New Vegas just takes a biscuit. He knows every detail, he knows every nook and cranny.
It's the best game I've ever played. Yeah, best game I've ever played. I've finished it, I want to say 5 times now. Because you got to do it every different way, because the best thing about New Vegas compared to the other Fallouts, there isn't just all the factions aren't the same, or as much as I love those games,
there's more freedom. In
New Vegas, every different faction is so different. The quests in New Vegas are so much better. The amount of things you can go through the entire game without killing a single person. Yeah. You can go through the entire game and pretty much murder anybody. You kind of like regular Bethesda games. Yeah. Some people are unkillable. Yeah. There's like very few in New Vegas. Everybody's killable. So you could just go murder pretty much everyone and make the wasteland. And I've finished that ending when you kill everyone. it doesn't work out well. Everybody,
No,
the
wow.
wasteland's like a shithole. Because because the one thing I really missed, and they do it in 3 and they do it in New Vegas, but they never did it at 4. It's like Ron Perlman would do like stills about what happened to everybody you encountered, and if you kill everybody, it just doesn't work out really.
Yeah.
You just sort of,
I would love that. I would love to be like play Fallout 4 and just like kill Preston.
but it tells you, like, the best thing about that is it tells, like, all the little side quests, all the tiny little details, it tells you what happened to them, and there's so many weird, wonderful quests.
Yeah.
Like Beyond the Beef, where you go to the Ultralox casino and they want to go back to cannibalism, and you can join them or save people, and then
You ever join them?
oh yeah, if you because I have done it the evil way, because there's 4 ways to complete the game. You can join the NCR, which are like the good government, sort of good guys, but they sort of only think of themselves. You got the Legion, who are slavery and think they're Romans and are just, there's no redeemable features, they're assholes.
Yeah.
You've got Mr. House, which is the guy that runs the strip, and he is he's like basically just wants money. It's all about money, it's all about he has to be the bigwig. And then you've got Yes Man, which is basically yourself.
Yeah.
So you can be the big dog. And I obviously, if you're going to go with the Legion to finish their go through, if you're going to be with the assholist group, then every little side quest you come across, you're going to be a dick. I hated it because I hate being a bad guy.
Yeah.
As much as sometimes they're like, oh, I'm going to be a bad guy this time. I try. I just can't help it. But oh shit, my alarm has gone off. Well.
No, we don't have chickens in this room with us people.
Yeah, so for me, when I did the Legion playthrough, I had to be a dick. I went with it. If I was like, I'm going to finish the game with assholes, I may as well be an asshole. And there's some things in, like, I get in Fallout 3, you can sell kids into slavery. Wow. Yeah, but in
you call me bad for fucking picking synth?
Well, see, this, in New Vegas, you can eat people, and you can, like, be a proper asshole. You can't sell people into slavery, but you can, like, people slaves that want to escape from, like, casinos, you can just go grass them in, and they don't. You can make towns run over by bad guys. You can sell people to the Legion.
Wow.
So technically, you can sell people into slavery.
You're telling me, like, I think it's only a mod. Is modding the only way in Fallout 4 for me to kill Preston?
Yes.
There's
some people in that they're unkillable.
I hate that.
So you can't kill Mercy Long. You can't kill this stupid old lady.
Why is Mercy Long? Why are they like that? The old lady, I understand. She has a little story, a little thing.
But some people are just unkillable.
You got drugs on your son.
Yeah, the only way you can kill her is by convincing her to take more drugs.
I did that.
But some people are unkillable, but most people in New Vegas are killable. There's just because there's so much things you can do in it, like so much tiny little details where there's like hundreds of different ways of doing quests that you never thought of doing quests. You know what's an amazing part, right? Is no other game does this.
Yeah.
Right? Is if there's a quest where you go see a lassie who she runs the caravan place.
Yeah.
And you go and ask her, because it's the classic RPG, like, you need any help? And
how does it go?
Well, that's what they do. Like, they just turn up somewhere and, but by the way, you want any help? Like, that's what RPGs do. So, and that's what you say to her. Yeah. And she's like, cool, I've got 3 jobs for you. I want you to deliver this note. I want you to go and find this person for me. And I want you to sneak into this heavily armed base. And you can turn around and say, I don't want to sneak into that heavily armed base. It sounds too much of a problem. Get somebody else to do it. And she goes, okay, just remember that what I said to you is on the down low and I'll find somebody else to do the job. What other game lets you choose if you don't want to do a quest?
That's
like every other RPG,
you
don't have a choice. But in this, you can be like, no, that's a bit difficult for me. I didn't want to get in too much trouble. Because I've done that quest and it's fucking hard. Because you have to sneak in without being noticed. You have to get plans and then sneak out. And Fallout games are not all about sneakiness. It's hard. And I love the fact you can just turn in and be like, no.
Yeah. Is any or just all of them the next Fallout games? Like obviously we've got 76 coming, but we'll have ones. Hopefully we'll have Fallout 5 at some point. Are you going to hold up the standard of New Vegas? And
Do I hold all Fallout games to the standard of New Vegas? No, because New Vegas was not Bethesda. It was Obsidian.
Right.
And they gave it to them, and they gave them barely fuck all. They gave them hardly any time. And when it first came out, it was buggy as shit. They've obviously fixed it over time. But what they did with the time they had, like a lot of assets were probably taken from Fallout 3.
They did not use the same
I love
engine.
Bethesda, but I'll never forgive them for this. Do you know that when New Vegas came out, Bethesda said they would give Obsidian a bonus if they got 95% on Metacritic? Guess what they got?
100.
They got 94 and they never gave them it.
Fuck. Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. What a bunch of wankers.
So that is my number one. I love it so much. I could play it all the time. I think I've started it again recently.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun. And see, I was waiting for a kind of remaster at E3, but
I was hoping.
dreams.
Yeah, I was hoping for at least a Switch, because Bethesda seemed to be like, hey, we can shove stuff on Switch.
But
yeah.
They won't give us Fallout on a Switch.
Fuck 'em.
So that's my number one. That is my favourite game of all time.
My number one, and it's the newest on our list, is God of War, the 2018 continuation.
This year's God of War is number one.
Is number one. I know people go, that's total cliche, man. That's like so soon. But like, it's the Norse mythology of it that just made me go, fuck.
It's a fantastic game. It's all my honourable mentions. So
it's just the bit that blows me away. See when Jormungandr comes down, and he's like,
this is a giant snake.
Oh, it's a giant snake. Yeah, I have to clarify that. And he just starts speaking, and I'm just looking at this thing going, that's fucking beautiful.
We will say it before we talk about God of War. We are not going to spoil anything.
We're not going to spoil anything?
We're not.
Okay.
You can't do it.
Okay. We'll do is give it a synopsis.
Especially because there's no way we can.
Yeah. Well, obviously the game starts off with you hugging a tree.
Chopping a tree, is it not?
Hugging a tree. You hug a tree first before you chop a tree. Remember he goes down, puts his hand on the tree's hand.
Right.
Because obviously Kratos, if you remember from the last games, lost all his family.
And that's what it is. It's a continuation. It's not a reboot.
Yeah, because they've come out. Cory Barlog, who was the head of making this, has come out and says that it's not a different world. It's just a different land. So it's obviously, I feel like it's going to be set on any new one that comes out. I think after the next two. I think they're going to do more with this one, which is set in the Norse mythology. I think they're going to just go to a different land, but that's something we can't get into.
No, definitely not.
But obviously it starts off with you hugging a tree, then chopping a tree, because Kratos has lost his wife.
His new wife,
again. And his, what is, I think it's an amazing add-on to the game, is his son.
Which is not a spoiler because he's on the box. He's was in the trailer.
Yeah.
His name is Atreus.
No, that's not his real name. His real name is Boy.
Well, yes, his real name is Boy. Yes, Boy.
Boy. And you start off and you're doing this, and you've got a plan. You have to scatter their mum's ashes. That's the whole. We go to the highest point. We scatter. That's it. That's the whole feeling of it. And obviously they leave their house and they leave their area, but I can't really go into anything.
No, from then on it goes from good to better to amazing to insane to just
holy shit.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, and it's so deep in the Norse mythology that it's just blows your mind. You're learning stuff because there's a certain person who comes into the game who just never shuts up, but it's awesome. And I think it's one of those games where if you didn't play that game, you're missing out.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a game that, don't get me wrong, the other God of Wars were good, they were hack and slash happy and
completely different.
Yeah,
and
completely different.
If I had to not spoil anything, but a couple of things I have to say about it personally. One is your weapon is like Mjolnir from Thor the comics. He can fling it and it comes back. No matter how many times, no matter how far you get into the game, it never feels less satisfying. It's amazing.
That's when you throw it down a hallway and you pull it back. It's like Doctor Strange. Like,
so good.
What?
And I will definitely say I have to give props to Corey Barlog. That's right.
Yeah.
Because
Corey Barlog.
he has 100% just
Redefined it.
not redefined it. Just he has obviously, but just he hasn't. He's just given people faith that we need single player games.
Yeah.
Not everything can be multiplayer. We need just no brand, just a story of you, the controller, no loot boxes, no pish, no shite, just the game.
Just give us a world that's filled.
No free content. There's no free content. There's no DLC. No, it's just the full game. Just give us the complete game.
And it was updated every day, and I never noticed a single problem with it.
It was probably just texture errors.
Day, yeah.
But like that's it. Just he makes us
if
believe.
If you're a fan of beautiful water,
if you're a fan of just looking at a game, like I'm not gonna lie, obviously the story is amazing, the combat's amazing, but I could just stand. There's certain locations, we definitely won't go into spoiler, but you could just stand there for ages.
Just stand there and look at people.
One of the locations is so good that Callum made it the background of his PS4.
Yep, that's it. I'll never change it now.
I will admit, I can understand why it's your number one, and it is a fantastic game. And even though it's still in my honourable mentions. Everybody was worried when it got announced it was new combat, but just faith just makes me have faith that some people still love, instead of just making shitty little half broken, pishy games. Someone to love has went into this, and it's just it's worth it.
It's worth the detail with Corey Barlog and their whole team. Just blew it out of the water, and it was the greatest. So beautiful.
That's good.
Couldn't praise it any further. But
so I'd say that's definitely.
It's a good game.
That's very in depth in our favourite games. Obviously, I kind of cheated because there's more than 5. But don't worry, in my worst, there's only one double entry. But they're okay.
You got any honourable mentions? I don't have any for the worst.
Well, that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go into our worst. So yeah, I hope you give us an opinion on your favourite game.
Leave us a message. Tell us.
We will probably agree or disagree, because remember, it's pointless. So.
I'll go first.
You will go first.
You don't have any?
I've got some honourable mentions. You got any?
No, I've got none.
None. It was really weird.
Yeah,
See, trying to figure out your worst games,
because you never tend to go out and buy a shit game.
Get what it is today. See if it's bad. The last year, what I did is remember about it.
Yep.
So for honourable mentions of bad for me, we've got Mass Effect Andromeda. Never played any of the other Mass Effects. Wanted to try. Regretted it. Watch Dogs, the very first one. No Man's Sky. I feel like that could probably be on everybody's. Wheelman, which is Vin Diesel the game. Far Cry 4, which disappointed me in some ways because I felt like it was just the same as 3.
Yeah.
Sonic Unleashed, where you play as a werehog and a regular Sonic. Fucking terrible.
Werehog.
That's it for my honourable mentions.
Yeah. I'll hit you with the.
You watch that with your 5?
I'll start with 5. And I know, my son loves it. I know a few people that love it. From 2009, Minecraft. I fucking hate that game, and I am swearing because I hate it. My son was like, "Hey, we'll play 2-player," and I'm just like, fall asleep. 2 minutes in, I get that there's multiple modes with it now. So you can turn it on so it's realistic, and you have to. This is pretty much a survival game, Minecraft. Obviously, anyone who's played it, but most people, anyone I can, just kind of goes in it, soft play, kind of just cuts it all down, builds a weird giant castles, and hey, don't get me wrong, people are skilled.
Yeah, some people are very skilled
at it. You've seen the Harry Potters.
Just looks like Lego. It's just Lego. It's just Lego in the next level.
Yeah, it's just so.
I don't like it either.
Bad.
I've never tried to play it.
And guess what came from it?
What?
The first mod for Battle Royale. Brendan Green made a mod from Minecraft, which then turned into DayZ. I think it was DayZ, and spanned this whole Battle Royale genre, but
we'll get there.
Just Minecraft. Seriously, I know people. We know people who play it, and we know that they love it. But
and that's their opinion.
It's their opinion, yeah, and they can play it, and they can love it, and they can build a giant penis. People have done that.
People have built anything.
It's just so.
It's fair enough. I just thought it's just Lego in a game. And I get there's more shit to it, but it's never calling me.
No.
And
I physically never played a game. Sorry, cut you off there. I physically never played a game before where I've fallen asleep. So that's why.
That's fair.
That's why it's.
That's why it's there.
Yeah.
Well, my number 5 is the Order 1886.
See, I had high hopes for that when I seen it.
So did I. That's why it's on my worst list, because as they were putting it, which I only realised after getting it, is it's an interactive movie. Now, when I say it's an interactive movie, it's the length of a very long movie. The game is like 4 hours long. I spent 50 quid on a game that has 4 hours in it.
Yeah.
There's so much potential they had with that, of making like a game set in London 1886 using steampunk weapons against werewolves.
For me, I was like, hunt. You can hunt things. I want to go hunt things.
Looked like so much potential, and then they make it a boring, click time event, shitty shooting, 4 hour long game.
Yep.
It was so bad, and I spent the full price on it, and I fucking wanted to kick myself after. That's what makes it worse, is you make a game that's 4 hours and you want to sell it for 50 quid,
Yep.
Have a fucking word with yourself. That's the most I'm going to say about it, because it's just going to fucking annoy me. So that's my number 5. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is, I hate all of them, but I hate this one the most of all from 2017. It's Gran Turismo Sport.
Gran Turismo Sport?
Gran Turismo Sport. Right, I hate them. I hate these games. My dad is obsessed with them. And he just played them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? And just going around the track, it's so fucking boring. But the fact that Sport being on my list is because it doesn't come out with everything. You have to either buy the cars,
Classic.
buy the cars. Obviously, you can earn some, but they took away how the career used to work. The game can't play. Well, I don't know if it's been updated, but when it first came out, it couldn't be played offline. It's been updated. I think it's multiple times it's been updated. I don't know if it's done anything better to it, but like, just fucking stop bringing out games, and this will come up again for me later on. Stop bringing out games where I have to go and spend more money to get the content. Just give me the fucking content. If I have to do races to earn a car, that's perfectly fine. I'll accept that. But making someone pay for more cars is just stupid. It's just fucking horrible.
That's fair. That makes fucking sense. There's nothing worse than it. Well, talking about costing you money to fucking play stuff, my number 4 is Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh.
Talk about fucking what you fucking pay shit for extra.
Mate, I played the beta with you.
Yeah.
I played the beta with you. It says, for instance, this feels exactly the same as the first one.
Yeah, but
Why
even the beta had this. That's where folk realised was like, wait a minute, why can you buy to make start your beta?
Yeah.
And then it escalated into fucking extremeness.
Yep.
Now, I like Battlefront 2 for one reason, is it showed the world that loot boxes are fucking evil.
Yep.
But I hate it for everything else. I hate the gameplay was pretty fun in multiplayer, but the loot box thing that just destroyed it. Like, first they were like folk who pre-ordered it and they got, before they took them out, got really like paid for all the shit. Then they took them out, so if you ever bought it, you were starting at 0 and facing against people who paid for all that shit. Then you had people. Then they put them back in it, right?
Yeah.
So then you had all the people who worked really hard, and the people who had already paid for stuff who were even more OP. Then the people that worked really hard. Then you got new people that could come in and could just pay for it and be as good as the people who worked really hard.
Yeah.
And then they took them back out again. So if you back in, you were starting at fuck all against all these people who are either really, really good at it or paid to be good at
it.
Yeah. It made no fucking sense. I actually got it free on my Xbox. I played the multiplayer for a tiny wee bit and I wanted to pull my own eyes out. And then I thought to myself, go on, save it for me, EA. Give me a good Star Wars Battlefront 2 story. And even that was shit. Even that was shit. The story was just boring, one-dimensional. They were like, oh, you play as the Empire. Like, oh, this is going to be interesting. 5 minutes in, she turns. I don't care if I spoil it because I wouldn't. If you've never played it, just don't do it.
Yep. I have it for free. I have Battlefield. I have it for free, and I wouldn't put it up. I wouldn't put it up on console. I wouldn't.
Like EA, like literally, it's Star Wars. All you just do is make a good game.
Yep.
Just make a good game and it'll sell. But
you
just have to fuck it.
Like there are so many good Star Wars games. There is like Force Unleashed,
Battlefront 2 for the first, like the PlayStation 2 Battlefront 2.
Games are good. Why fuck it up?
It would sell. It would Star Wars. Like
why is like Lucasfilm so like, you know what? We're gonna keep giving you the rights to this.
Well, they basically just have to. This new one that they're doing from the guys who made from what we talked about earlier from Respawn.
Yeah. If
this doesn't work, EA's fucked it. So that's my number 3. I have to stop that. It's 4. Sorry, that's my number 4. So, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Assassin's Creed: The Black Flag from 2013.
Okay.
Right. What I hate about this is the premise behind it is awesome. I love pirates. Give me a pirate game. Give me anything like that, right? But what we got is a glitchy, broken game. Whereas, fucking, you pulled into an island, you jumped off your boat, your fucking boat went phew, straight in, just disappeared in a void of blackness, and I'm like, is this why it's called Black Flag?
They paid the consequences for trying to bring one out every year.
They're going back to it.
And it's stupid.
After all they said, they're going back to just going, okay, well, I'll put one out next year. No.
Learn by your mistakes.
Just Black Flag, I wanted so much for it, and everything in it was just janky, it was broken, you were shooting people, and like, you wouldn't even hit. The people would just bend out the way.
Worst part of it is you speak to somebody who loves Assassin's Creed, if they never got all the janky mess, they think it was great, because I didn't have so much janky mess, so it's definitely not my worst, but I can understand why, because some of the bits did, and it annoyed the living shit out of me. When something doesn't work properly, it's just so stupid.
Yep.
So yeah.
I'm a fan of, you know me, I'm a fan of Assassin's Creed.
I mean, you're playing Origins for fuck's sake, so it's not like you've never played one since.
It's just Origins, so good. Black Flag, so bad. Okay, just stay away from it, people. It's not worth it.
Well, I'm going to move on to my
number
3, which is one of them is near and dear to your heart.
Oh shit!
And it was only a matter of time before it came up in my category.
Shit.
Which is PUBG and Fortnite.
I feel like there's a theme here.
And the main reason why I don't like PUBG and Fortnite is because they are the 2 biggest battle royale games.
Yeah. So it's a genre.
And I fucking hate battle royale games. So I may as well pick on the 2 top biggest ones.
Wait, you don't like Crayon House and Build a Fort?
All of them I hate battle royale. I hate them so much.
I made just clarify. I made Fraser pay 20, 30. Was it 20, 30, 25?
For what?
For PUBG.
You made me pay 25 quid for PUBG.
I made him pay 25 quid. What's 25 quid? No, it's 25
I'll never
quid.
get that.
Right? But like when we first dropped in and the Hussies were half there, they were crayon, you'd go inside and like a chest of drawers would pop up and you'd die.
If I want to buy a game, I want it to fucking work properly. There's no point putting out a game that doesn't work. I understand beta and I understand alpha, but if you want it to physically play it, it needs to run.
Oh my god.
You need to not be able to get kicked every 3 seconds. That is why one of the main reasons why I hate Fortnite is because it doesn't, not Fortnite, PUBG, because it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. How can you play a game where it's all about being tense and wondering what everybody else says?
I love it.
But it doesn't work.
I love it.
I hate it. I
love
hate
PUBG
and I hate Fortnite. I hate Battle Royale. They're all the same. You know what happens when you play Battle Royale games? Somehow people find this fucking amazing, right? And fair enough, you get people that are good at Battle Royale games, right? But 9 times out of 10, a Battle Royale game, unless you're some YouTuber who puts fucking videos up every goddamn day, right? Your play consists of diving in, try to get all the cool stuff, getting the cool stuff, walking for a wee bit, getting killed, and then doing it again. So that's one way of playing a Battle Royale. Or, your second way of playing a Battle Royale is diving in, getting all the cool stuff, hiding like a little bitch, waiting, right?
Yeah.
Waiting, And then when it gets near like the end of the circle, you're like, now's my time. Driving out, getting killed, starting again. That's all it is. That's all Battle Royale is. And I'm sorry for shouting, because I'm getting loud. But
I force Fraser. There's times where we're running what we're playing, and Fraser goes, okay, what you can pick, and I'm like, alright, and we jump on PUBG, and he does this thing where you jump in, he dies, he watches me, I die, and then he's like, I'm like, what do you want to play? He's like, no, it's fine, man, oh, stay on it, and he does this voice where you can hear him going, oh, what, fucking turn this off, or what, like you can hear it coming.
I don't play PUBG anymore, I don't play Fortnite anymore, because it got to the point where I will let my friends play with it, but you got to let me moan. Because I can't physically. Like, imagine jumping into a game of PUBG where you're like, you land, and you don't know what's around you because it's not loading in yet. Like, what the fuck?
Remember we used to drop on top of the this, like the high sky rises, the flats. You jump, go down, go on top, and you just go straight.
Again, what's ridiculous now, right? Is
fall through the hoosies was just ridiculous.
Especially with Fortnite, right? Because Fortnite works. Right, compared to PUBG,
it works.
But people, it's one of the most. It's probably the most popular game in the world right this second.
Yep.
Can't wait till it dies. Like, but see if you went into.
Never gonna die.
See if you went into a game right now.
Yeah.
You'd have to deal with little 12-year-olds that have played it consistently, where you would get shot for a fucking mile away without even knowing it. You've got people that could probably build the quickest thing they've ever fucking seen. I absolutely hate Battle Royale games, and I know they're not going to die anytime soon, but see when they do, I'm going to have a fucking celebration. So that's my number 3. I can't talk about Battle Royale anymore.
Fucking Royale.
Oh.
Okay, my number 2 from 2016 is the greatest game in the world.
Are you sure? Because
just listen. Right. No Man's Sky.
You put it on.
I did. I put it on my worst.
You can I never put it on. It's because apparently with all the updates they've bettered it.
Hey, we're taking it from our perspective.
Are you taking it from the moment you got it?
Yeah.
No Man's Sky almost ruined a friendship of mine.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not going to say who it is, but there was someone who I used to say to get games. And he used to, like, every time something new came out, I was like, oh, get this, it'll be really cool. Yeah. And I convinced him to get No Man's Sky. And now he doesn't trust me. He doesn't trust me for anything else. Any other game, I'm like, this is really good. Put it to you this way, I told him God of War's really good, and he still didn't maybe trust me a bit.
No, he says he's going to get it, but he was hesitant. The thing is, right, we were hyped up to they're all generated.
So is everybody, man. So is everybody.
We're all there, but you'll never find each other. 5 minutes of the game being out, 2 cunts were on the same fucking planet, same time, took a picture, and they're like, we're not actually here.
You've also got to do where all the creatures look really cool in the trailer, and then half of them look like elephant men.
Yeah. I don't understand how there's only 3 races. Like of like
in this infinite galaxy.
Yeah, in this infinite. How the fuck does that work?
You got to give. Who's the guy who made it again? Sean. It was something.
Sean. Somebody that's must have turned his fucking email.
I feel sorry. I feel sorry for him, but I don't. I think he's a genius for bullshitting the entire world.
Oh yeah, like that guy has got some balls on him. Like he knew his shit wasn't fixed. He
probably 100%. I mean, there's all those videos they put up where he was sitting playing games on the Tonight Show, and you don't actually see him moving his controller when he's sitting doing it. Like, it's genuinely, the man is a genius or a fucking moron. But yes, we all fell into the No Man's Sky trap.
What the fuck is his name? Sean Murray.
Sean Murray.
There we go. Fuck you, Sean Murray.
We fell into the trap.
Yeah, we did. Everybody we know.
Apparently it's good now. Which
is like, then they're on. They've put updates.
When did it come
updates, out? 2016.
2016. So that's 2018 now, and it's just
got multiplayer. And because they're so desperate, they're putting it out on Xbox.
It's definitely.
It's a definite fuck off. Like, it's a serious fuck off.
So for me, my number 2. And it's good because this correlates with the best list, which is Mafia 3.
Oh my god, that's what I was going to say. I was about to say when you were talking about it with your best, but I was like, oh no, I'll just fuck up. Mafia 3, sorry.
It was really bad. Like I was so hyped so hyped when they got announced and they showed trailers. I was like, oh my god, this is just going to be like the first one. And the game just consisted of fetch quests. And the tie they had in with the first one is Vito was in it.
Yeah.
But it was just fetch quests. That's all it was. It was taking over compounds and fetch quests.
They took an aspect which was good from Mafia 2. It was good, then made it the mainstay point.
Yeah, they just drilled it into the ground. Like, see, I felt so bad. See, when I was like picking up something for a stupid little fetch quest, I was driving from one end of the map to the other. That's all it was. I was like, cool, I'll take this truck there and I'll drive it back and I'll get supplies and cool, I'll take
there's
this.
a couple of guys out there, it's disrespectful.
Like, it's just, it was so nothing. There was nothing great about it. There was no cool missions. There was no. The story was okay, but
it was also the stereotypical bullshit.
It's
like the priest, like, you could be better.
I understand that, but it was kind of like especially when you picked like the three folk to work with, and then you just had to. One of them was to collect cars, one of them was to collect supplies, the other one was to go get rid of someone or to like. That's all it was, and then you're like, oh, I've got a new mission for Vito. Let's go see what it is. Oh wait a minute, it's just the same different version of that one. And what does he want me to do? Oh, he wants me to get a fucking car. And I was just like, what happened, Mafia? Like, what happened? What happened to your narrative story? What happened to your fucking linear-based greatness? And they fucked it. And that's why it's number 2 for me. What's your... So,
it's glitches. There was a lot of just put out there. There
was definite fucking glitches. I wanted to fucking, again, bring in a game that's not finished, which is a running theme nowadays in 2018, and definitely...
I feel like that's going to be a whole show on its own for us.
Bringing out games that are fucking finished.
The broken era.
So what we're going with your number 1?
My number 1 is actually one of them, because it's 2 together.
2 together?
Yep. Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2.
So you're also
from the first one from 2015 and then 2017 the second one. I fucking hate them both. They were both. Don't get me wrong. The second one with its pay to win bullshit, much worse.
Which we've covered, yeah.
But like, I hate them more because they're the same. The new world, great. Some new characters, great. Played the fucking same, died at the same amount, same. Everything just, I felt like I was playing, even the beta, I was like, mate, this is boring. It's the same shit.
They promised to have a lot more.
Yeah, they promised so much more. Promised a great
story. They put
up
one-dimensional story in it, remember?
Fuck off.
Which again, which I went on about earlier.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, like, I've got a serious fucking crush on the lassie, the character, the lassie they've like modelled, the main person.
Okay.
And I was, oh fuck, well, she's in this game, this could be really good. I like her and some of her stuff. And I'm just like, nah, watch playthroughs. This is a load of shit.
It was bad. It was bad.
And then to drum up hype for the second one, they were like, this is actually connected to Rey. Rey's parents.
They said,
Rey's parents are in this, and you're like, wow, I could play this.
Yeah, they said it was connected to the movies and that.
You're like, how?
I don't know where it came from. Like, I mean, if it was that important, nobody's talking about it now, is it?
No.
So yeah, that's fair. I mean, do you want to kill my number 1 is?
Yeah, of course. No, I want to leave it here. Just,
next week.
Yeah, suspense for people.
Well, since you've already slightly covered this franchise.
Oh fuck you.
But in my opinion, this one was worse. And it's Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh.
The buggy shithole French mess.
Is that the one where you climbed up, you get to the top, and then somehow your character could walk out without falling?
That is also the one with no faces.
Oh my god.
That's the no faces one. And I had some of those glitches. And I played every other Assassin's Creed from the first one right up to Unity. And it's honestly, it killed my Assassin's Creed for me. It killed it. Because I was sitting playing this stupid little buggy mess that never worked with shitty little missions. And it was all about playing online with your pals, which I did sometime, and that was fun, but it's not really what I wanted from Assassin's Creed.
I don't know, I'm multiplayer.
Assassin's Creed, no.
I tell you what,
obviously, you know what's bad? It's so bad they've not done it since. That's why they never worked. Yeah. They just want to sweep Unity under the fucking table because it was such a heap of fucking shit.
I feel like if you walked at a Ubisoft office and say you're talking to someone that's in charge, and you're like, so did you look at Unity and go, this is what we're not going to do? And they're just like, what's
exactly because it was that Unity and Syndicate were the games where they had to take time off because they were like, we're putting out shit. And if they realise they're putting out shit, then everybody else is going to realise they're putting out shit.
For the time they took off, Origins is
Origins is a good game, but
game.
they've also let me down recently with the Odyssey. I guess there's some stuff new in it, but that's a whole different. That was last week.
Yeah, that's
So yeah, Unity for me is the worst. Probably the worst game I've ever played.
Jesus.
So yeah, that is our best and worst.
Yeah, that's us for today.
So
we're on Podbean now.
Yeah, we're on Podbean, but just before we go,
Oh shit!
we've got a nice little new segment. It's only going to be about 5-10 minutes here. We're going to make this a running theme.
Oh yeah.
And it's
I totally forgot about
yes,
this.
it's called "What Have You Done Lately?"
Oh,
and
yeah.
basically we just go back and forth and
Just
see what we've done lately.
Yeah.
So Callum, what have you done lately?
Fuck, I totally forgot about that. Anyway, movie wise, I'll hit my movie one. I watched which was leaked. Honestly, I don't know how I got it, but it was leaked online. Death of Superman, the new don't get me wrong, Marvel's winning in the movie universe, but see animated, DC is fucking awesome, right? Brought out Death of Superman. This film is what the Batman v Superman film should have been. This is what it should have been. Trust me, I'll give it to you, and you watch it back. But I was actually in tears watching this. It's a fucking cartoon film, and I was in tears. Seriously, the graphics of it, the fucking some of the shots you see. There's a bit where he's fighting. Spoiler.
No
spoiler.
I've not seen it.
Oh yeah, well he's fighting someone and they're having a big moment and all this crap, but like it slows to a point, and I'm looking at it like, wow, this is fucking beautiful.
What about games?
Games, I bought 2 games. I bought Vampire.
Okay.
This is just out. Really good game, beautiful. It's dark but it's beautiful. Set in London. This is the thing. You know, as anyone who's seen any trailers, you know, you play as a vampire, and you're also a doctor. So you're trying to be good, be bad, and choices matter. I love that. Choices matter. If you kill anyone, it impacts the story. You could lose a story, you could lose XP, or if you leave a person, they could end up being sick and all this. It's beautiful. My only flaw with it so far, it's the talking. You have to talk to so many people, and it is a point where you're like, am I playing a movie right now? Like, don't get me wrong, you could go without talking. I'm sure.
To find out more information.
Yeah, if you want the story to go on, you want your character to grow up. If you want it to be worth killing a person, you have to talk to them. You have to find out because you get hints. So you have to talk to people, talk to this person, talk to that person.
I can see how that makes sense, but I can also see how it would wear on after a time.
Yeah, you can't. I couldn't sit for like 7 hours and play it.
What's the other one you played?
My other game, which just kind of took me over, is Conan Exiles, the survival game. And hey, it's got the PvP, it's got the PvE. You've also got a single mode where you can just run about with your mate or two, and it's awesome. It's so much easier to get into because you know me, I've got Ark. I love Ark. But Conan is so much easier to get into that I'm just addicted to it. And you've got this whole, like me, my character looks very Viking, and I'm fighting wolves, and I'm fucking running about naked.
As you do.
As you do. I send people pictures, and trust me, people, you can make it grow, you can make it shrink. It's just fucking hilarious.
Mine would shrink.
Yeah, I know you would. Right.
Well, do you want to know what I've done lately?
So what have you done lately?
What have I done
Go on,
lately?
explain to me what you've done lately.
Well, movie-wise.
Oh shit.
So me and the missus are on holiday, so we've kind of been watching a lot.
Skiving.
No, we're on holiday.
Skiving.
So we watched last night. I watched Rampage, which is it's fun. It was okay. Like, it's not The Rock's best movie, but at the end, where all the giant monsters are happening, which I won't go into spoilers, it's fun.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the best thing. And then we also watched on Netflix was Vermin. It was.
Oh yeah, that's fuck.
Vermintide in the City of the Thousand Planets or something like that. It's quite a giant CG mess. Cara Delevingne.
It's from the guy from Fifth Element. Eh?
Exactly, it's from the guy that did Leon, and that was in my best movies, like my best movie of all time. And it was just a giant CG mess. Cara Delevingne is in it. She's got
terrible actress.
She's got no chemistry with the guy. So and then recently I also watched The Greatest Showman. which
I've seen it.
My other half really liked it.
Did you like it? Aye.
For me, it was okay. I thought that Hugh Jackman's character was a bit of a dick. If you haven't seen it, I won't go into spoilers. But it's not my favourite musical.
Yeah.
My favourite musical is still The Little Shop of Horrors. Always will be. And so it was okay.
Mine's is Les Mis.
So and game wise, I've still been playing through Detroit Become Human. I would say I'm maybe almost halfway through it now.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. It's okay. It's still like there's still a lot of things to do.
Mm-hmm.
I find some of the characters better than others. The police guy is probably my favourite one. The guy is okay. The lassie, it's kind of annoying.
Sexist.
No, she's just annoying. And I started Fallout 4 again.
Wow.
Because
how are you going to play it?
I'm just gonna.
You're just going to play it to revamp your love.
Pretty much. 76. Like I'm looking forward to it that much, but I kind of wanted to get that single player vibe again. So I started it again, and I've almost made it to Diamond City. I've nearly met Paladin Danced. So I'm just playing through that again, just for the bands, and that is what I've done lately.
Yeah, sweet. And next week we have reboots, remakes, remasters.
This time is next week's episode is reboots.
Yep.
Remakes, reboots, and what should be rebooted and remaked.
Yeah.
Obviously, we say next week, but because we are trying to get a lot of content on the YouTube,
we're going to throw a few.
We're going to chuck a few out. But this is this one just now. This is episode 3. So
yeah,
where are we now?
We're on Podbean now. Obviously, you can just search Pointless Point of View on Podbean.
Which is a free app, doesn't cost any money.
Yeah, we've got SoundCloud, which there's links up on Twitter because we're at Off Pointless. I don't know why I ended up with that name, but I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
We're also on YouTube at Pointless Point of View. You give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe.
Leave any comments. Yeah. We see them. We obviously talk back when we can.
Yeah. Obviously, when we get better and richer and more people, we'll talk to the little people anymore. But it's fine.
Definitely not. But
yeah, and that's it. I'm just going to say goodbye. I've been Callum.
I've been Fraser,
and we'll see you next week.